Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the latest updates on the cryptocurrency landscape, focusing particularly on XRP and the recent developments surrounding the SEC. Recent news has sparked considerable interest as acting SEC Chair Mark Uyeda has taken the spotlight. President Trump recently appointed Uyeda to lead the agency, stepping in for former Chair Gary Gensler. This shift could potentially mark a major turning point for Ripple and its ongoing case with the SEC. But what does this appointment mean for the crypto world? President Trump appears to be building a pro-crypto agenda, and the selection of Uyeda indicates that the SEC under his leadership could take a more favorable stance towards digital currencies. Uyeda's nomination comes alongside the confirmation process for Paul Atkins as the new chair. This change in leadership may bring forth significant shifts in the SEC's policy on cryptocurrency enforcement, particularly for cases like Ripple's. Back in November, Uyeda hinted at a potential change in the SEC's approach to crypto, asserting that the agency's aggressive stance must come to an end. He made a clear statement emphasizing the need to step away from enforcement actions that focus solely on registration failures with no evidence of fraud or harm. This sentiment from Uyeda raises questions about the future of the Ripple case. With a closed meeting scheduled on January 23, it stands to reason that Ripple may be one of the enforcement actions under review. The acting chair, alongside SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce, faces a crucial decision: should they withdraw or at least pause the proceedings against Ripple? In the backdrop of these developments, it's important to understand the existing case against Ripple. Recently, Judge Torres delivered a pivotal ruling that goes against the SEC's assertions in this matter. In August 2024, the court found that Ripple's actions did not constitute fraud or recklessness, which is a critical element in many SEC cases. Notably, the court ruled against the SEC's request for more than $1 billion in disgorgement and prejudgment interest. Instead, the penalty imposed was a much smaller figure of $125 million for selling XRP to institutional investors. This ruling sets a new precedent and might support the argument that Ripple is not guilty of any fraudulent activities. So, what's next for Ripple and the crypto market as a whole? With the imminent review of the Ripple case by the newly appointed acting SEC chair, the potential for a shift in the SEC's policy might just be around the corner. And there you have it. The landscape is changing, and the outcome of the Ripple case could have monumental implications for not just XRP but the broader cryptocurrency market. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor these developments and bring you the latest news. As the legal landscape continues to shift, XRP isn't the only cryptocurrency feeling the effects of regulatory uncertainty. Bitcoin, the leading digital asset, is also navigating its own volatility amid President Trump's evolving stance on cryptocurrency. Recently, Bitcoin experienced a pre-inauguration rally, fueled by speculation surrounding potential pro-crypto executive orders from Trump. Investors were hopeful that he would classify Bitcoin as a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve. For a brief moment, it seemed Bitcoin was poised for significant upward momentum. However, these early gains quickly evaporated when President Trump's agenda revealed an oversight of the crypto sector entirely. Market analysts noted that hopes for a strategic Bitcoin reserve soon diminished as it became clear that crypto wouldn't be a priority for the Trump administration. The prospects of such an executive order dropped as bets on Trump creating a BTC reserve within his first 100 days fell dramatically. While there were whispers of Trump possibly overturning President Biden's veto on the SEC Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, which mandates that banks hold crypto assets under customer custody, the market is still left on edge. The ramifications of SAB 121 have restricted banking services related to cryptocurrencies, thereby limiting the accessibility of these assets for consumers. A repeal would be a game-changer, potentially bolstering banks' ability to offer Bitcoin-related services and increasing demand across the board. Despite seeming setbacks, there's a renewed sense of optimism for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Senator Cynthia Lummis remains a strong advocate, pushing for what she believes could be a transformative initiative. Her introduction of the Bitcoin Act in December aims for the U.S. government to accumulate 1 million BTC over 5 years, ensuring a portion of the total supply is held as a strategic reserve. If Congress were to support such a measure, it could dramatically shift Bitcoin's supply and demand dynamics, potentially skyrocketing its value. Legal expert John E. Deaton recently speculated that under the right conditions, Bitcoin might even reach a staggering $1 million per coin. This projection is based on the notion that once governments begin to engage with Bitcoin, it triggers a nation-state FOMO, or fear of missing out. As we watch these developments unfold, one thing's for certain: investors remain eager and hopeful. Will recent legal talks lead to a breakthrough for XRP? Can Trump's administration come through on promises surrounding Bitcoin? With the markets in flux, the future remains unwritten. Stay tuned as we continue to analyze the fluctuating landscape of cryptocurrency and bring you the latest updates on these pivotal issues. On Monday, January 20th, Bitcoin saw a modest 0.96% gain, closing at $102,408, following a 2.07% loss the previous day. It briefly reached a remarkable peak of $109,350 before experiencing a pullback. The price trends of BTC are closely tied to Trump's executive orders and the outlook for an SBR. Should the recently vetoed SAB 121 be repealed, alongside positive developments like US BTC spot ETF inflows, Bitcoin could potentially rise past its recent highs. Conversely, a downturn in SBR outlook and ETF outflows could see Bitcoin dropping toward $95,000. As Trump takes office, crypto-related mandates will become increasingly significant for BTC and the entire market. With key developments unfolding, XRP and BTC find themselves at a critical crossroads. XRP's future largely depends on the SEC strategy, while Bitcoin's fate will reflect Trump's crypto policies. Regulatory changes could significantly sway market sentiment shortly. Stay informed with our ongoing expert analyses that navigate through these transforming landscapes in the cryptocurrency world.